Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. When you think of Washington, D.C., a few images come to mind. The Capitol, the White House, and of course, that iconic white obelisk piercing the sky. But what if I told you that this monument to America's first president has a story more dramatic than you could ever imagine? A story of ambition, conspiracy, civil war, and a two-decade-long pause that left it as a national embarrassment. Get ready because this is the epic story of the Washington Monument. The idea for a monument to George Washington dates back to his death in 1799. But for decades, political squabbles and a lack of funding meant nothing got off the ground. It wasn't until a private organization, the Washington National Monument Society, took up the cause in the 1830s. They held a design competition and chose a truly grand vision by architect Robert Mills. His design wasn't just a simple obelisk, it was a massive 600-foot obelisk rising from a circular temple, surrounded by statues of Revolutionary War heroes. It was meant to be a showstopper. On July 4, 1848, the cornerstone was laid with great fanfare. This first phase of construction was a grassroots effort funded by public donations. States, cities, and even foreign countries contributed memorial stones to be placed inside the monument's walls. These weren't just decorative, they were a symbol of a unified nation honoring its founder. It was all going so well, until it wasn't. The monument's greatest challenge came not from engineering, but from politics and prejudice. In 1854, Pope Pius IX donated a memorial stone. This act of international goodwill sparked a firestorm of anti-Catholic sentiment in a time of widespread anti-immigrant fervor. A secretive nativist group called the Know Nothing Party saw the stone as an insult to American values. In a brazen act of protest, they broke into the construction yard, stole the stone, and allegedly threw it into the Potomac River, where it was never officially recovered. The scandal was massive, and it effectively killed public trust in the Monument Society. Donations dried up overnight. The society ran out of money, and construction ground to a halt at a height of just 156 feet. For 22 years, the unfinished obelisk stood as a national embarrassment. Mark Twain famously described it as an ungainly old chimney. The Civil War erupted, and the nation had bigger priorities. The monument's grand future was, for all intents and purposes, over. It wasn't until the United States centennial in 1876 that the idea of finishing the monument gained new life. The federal government, under the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, took control of the project. But there was a problem. The original quarry in Maryland was now exhausted, so they had to find a new source of marble from a different location. That's why, if you look closely, you can see a distinct change in the stone's color about 150 feet up. It's a scar from its troubled past, forever marking the moment of its two-decade pause. The engineers, led by Lieutenant Colonel Thomas L. Casey, made crucial structural improvements and raced to the finish. But the most interesting part of the project came at the very top. For the capstone, they wanted a material that was both elegant and strong. They chose aluminum. Today, we see aluminum as a cheap, everyday metal. But in 1884, it was the newest precious metal, more expensive than silver. The 100-ounce pyramid-shaped capstone, crafted in Philadelphia, was the largest single piece of aluminum ever cast at the time. Etched on its four sides are the names of key figures, and on the eastern face, facing the rising sun, are the words Laus Deo, a Latin phrase meaning praise be to God. On December 6, 1884, after nearly 40 years of starts and stops, the final aluminum capstone was put in place. The completed monument, standing at a height of 555 feet and 5 1/8 inches, was briefly the tallest structure in the world. It was a feat of sheer will and engineering that had overcome politics, poverty, and a civil war. The Washington Monument is more than just a memorial to one man. It's a testament to the resilience of a nation. It's a reminder of its founders, its struggles, and its triumphs. It stands as a silent sentinel on the National Mall, a stoic symbol that even after decades of division and delay, the commitment to its core ideals can ultimately win out. It's a truly amazing monument, and its story is one that deserves to be told. What's your favorite fact about the Washington Monument? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more amazing stories from history. See you next time.